Hey guys, Jason with LumaBlade here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue on the heat treat process. I spoke about normalizing your steels with high carbon steels in the previous video. So in this video here, I'm just going to briefly, we're going to heat treat this blade right here. Okay, this is for a traditional hunter, traditional style knife that I'm going to build, and I'll do a basic build series on this knife here. The way I choose with high carbon steels to heat treat them is I heat treat the blank and then I grind. I find that that's a lot easier for me because 1084 is quite grabby. It's helping with my grind lines. Yes, it eats belts. Yes, you have to watch your heat. You have to constantly quench. I'll go over that as well. But be that as it may, what I like to do is I like to heat treat my steel first. So real quickly, this will be a quick video. My videos are getting long and I want to kind of break them down just to give you a synopsis, if you will, of my heat treat process. This is 1084 steel. The 1084 steel I heat treat in my even heat kiln. Knife oven. I got the Ramp Master controller. I went over that before, and I keep a recipe of everything, trial and error. I keep a logbook that shows everything. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to heat treat the steel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through my notes, see what I did for it. So for 1084 heat treat, I normalize it, which we went through. Now for my heat treat program, I do a 1475 degrees and hold it for a period of 15 minutes. I pull it out and I quench it at approximately 70 degree room temperature McMaster Carr 11-second oil. Okay, I'm getting a good heat treat. I took this on the Rockwell tester. I put it on over there before just to test. You can see my little braille indent right there, and it came out to a hardness of 23. It's soft, annealed, everything like that. Not annealed, I'm sorry, normalized, so it softens the steel, makes it workable again. Post heat treat, I mean, the numbers I'm looking for about a 59. After I temper it down, I'm looking for 59. So after heat treat, I'm looking for like a 63, 62, something in that nature. That's what I'm hoping to get anyway. That's what I've been consistently getting with the 1084. So what I do now is I go to my notes that say what programs I have. It says program 1 is for 1084. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Ramp Master. I'll zoom in on it. Okay, so this is my Ramp Master controller right here. First thing I do is I turn it on. I give it a second. It'll clear, so it'll go to the codes there. It's telling me inside the oven it's 77 degrees right now. The oven's been on. It's warm in here. Then I will hit the recall button. Enter. Tells me stand by. Hit recall again. It's on program 11, which is my normalizing program for high carbon steels, and program number 1 was for 1084. So I'll simply push 1, enter, stand by. Okay. I place the blade in. It's off. It's totally cold. Everything. What I do is I place the blade inside the oven. I place it with the cutting edge up. It doesn't really matter. I like to do it, but sometimes I started out pre-grinding before, but I find it a lot easier this way. I'll set it in the oven. I'll shut the door. So I hit run. It gives me the flat lines. Hit enter. It says run. You're going to start hearing this click. Down here, okay, so down here, right here, Here's my Quench oil bin. I keep my Quench oil in here. This is Make Master Car 11-second. It's the fast quenching oil. I keep it covered. And what I do is I'll just take an IR thermometer, shoot it in the oil, see where I'm at. I'm at 77 degrees, so I'm right where I want to be. So I'm right where I want to be with that oil temperature. I was going to get a crock pot and keep it at a constant temperature. I found I didn't have to, so I'm not doing that. I used to put 2 pieces of steel in, pull one out, put it in, and that would heat the oil. You know, I was like keeping it at 130 degrees. You know, there's numerous methods I was doing, and some guy said, hey, you know, I quench at, you know, room temperature as long as it's not below 70 degrees, and I'm getting fantastic results. I tried it and it worked. So this is the way I'm doing it, and I haven't had any issues whatsoever. I'm not saying it's the best way or the right way, but it works for me. And you know, so I'm not going to make you guys sit here through silence and wait for this oven to heat up. What's going to happen is the oven's going to heat up. It's going to get to the temperature of 1475 degrees. The alarm is going to sound with a, you know, an annoying beep to let me know that it reached that temperature. Then I'm going to go ahead and hit the alarm button to shut the alarm off, and it's going to soak for an additional 15 minutes. It's going to maintain 1475 degrees for 15 minutes. At that point is the alarm's going to go off. When that alarm goes off, when we're at that point, I'm going to pick this video up again and I'll take you through that process. Alright, so obviously the alarm's going off. I'm going to put on my gloves. Very important. And like I spoke to you about in my safety video, we're not even shutting the alarm off with the alarm thing. We're going to go ahead and shut the whole unit down to avoid any electrocution hazard. We're going to open. I got my tongs. I'm going to pull the blade out and go directly in the quench. Full quench. Hopefully you can see it and I'm not blocking it. You got to do at least a 15-second quench. Move it around, straighten down. Pull it out. I'm going to lay it right on my cooling block. I'll go over everything else with you next time. I'll show you what it is. We'll do a Rockwell test and I'll test it and everything like that. Alright, you guys have a good night. Thanks.